Cardinal lacrosse team is one win away from setting the school victory record. At 9-4, they welcome Thiel College to Memorial Stadium with Mike Dadalow leading the way with 35 points. So keep it locked to OTV with the face-off coming up next.
Off the water wash for three, nylon for Tommy Water Wash!
Throw one Fairchild into the beginning. Makes the catch. Oh, he does.
Our kids played hard and played together.
Sizemore looking for the end zone. Trey Fairchild makes the catch, touchdown.
Like I said, this is the first stop on a journey. Let's learn from this. If you want to win, you got to play harder.
You're looking live here, Memorial Stadium, Westerville, Ohio, at the University campus of Otterbein. An overcast day here. Hello, I am David Kinder. Joined alongside with me is Aaron Reinhardt. Thanks for tuning in to OTV for our broadcast today of Otterbein Lacrosse taking on Thiel University. And Aaron, coming into this one, the Cardinals have been red hot. They've won 4 straight, and last week with their victory, they tied the school record for most wins in a season, and they're just one away from breaking that record if they can do it today.
That's right, David. It's a little chilly outside today, but you know what? The Cardinals are red hot right now. They've won their last 4 games with victories over St. Vincent, Albion, Whittier College, which you saw right here on Otterbein TV, and they defeated Mount Union earlier this week, 12-5. So the Cardinals are really hot right now, looking to continue the momentum here in this game.
Yeah, and one of the reasons the Cardinals have been so hot is because their attacker, Mike Dadalow. You know, Andrew Donatelli gets a lot of press on this team, and rightfully so, as being the leading scorer coming into this. But in the past 4 games, it's been Dadalow scoring the majority of the goals, and he's been on fire.
Yeah, the 6-foot junior, he really has been on fire. 2 goals in that victory versus Mount Union this past Wednesday. But on the season, 29 goals, 6 assists. That's 35 points on the season. He's definitely one of the offensive leaders. With him and Donatelli on the attack, the Cardinals are looking pretty strong offensively in this one.
And a little better know your opponent. The Thiel Tomcats, for those of you who don't know, are located in Greenville, Pennsylvania, just a little east of Youngstown, Ohio. They enter this one 6-4 on the year, an independent school who primarily plays in the President's Athletic Conference. And so far, they started out a little sluggish, losing their first 3, but they too have won 4 in a row, Aaron.
Yeah, they've won 4 in a row, 5 of their last 6. We got 2 great teams coming in here. This should be a great game. Both teams coming in 4-game winning streaks. I'm excited. I'm ready.
As am I. We'll throw it to a little bit of a break here on OTV. When we come back, we will have starting lineups. Aaron will have keys to victory, and we'll have the opening face-off here from Memorial Stadium in Westerville. So stay tuned to OTV.
Good afternoon, Mr. Phelps. At 2200 hours, we received information that Otterbein student Rob Ish is planning on throwing away his newspaper in the trash. Although there are many recycling bins available throughout campus, Rob is not planning on recycling. It is your mission, should you choose to accept it, to make sure Rob Ish disposes his newspaper in the proper recycling bin. This message will self-destruct in 5 seconds.
Depression affects 1 in 10 adults in the United States alone. Those afflicted often feel powerless and hopeless. Many people are afraid to seek help because they are afraid they will be considered crazy, or because they do not think that they are worth helping. But you don't have to be afraid. There are many non-profit organizations dedicated to fighting depression and other mental illnesses. All you have to do is take the first step. You can. Visit www.freedomfromfear.org for more information.
Back at Memorial Stadium, here at the campus, Otterbein University. I'm David Kinder, alongside me, Aaron Reinhardt. Thanks for watching the broadcast of OTV here.
And now, let's meet your Otterbein Cardinals. Senior midi from Cuyahoga Falls, number 2.
And now it's time for starting lineups before the opening face-off. I'll throw it over to Aaron, who has the visitors from Thiel.
Yeah, the Tomcats coming in. I'll take a look at their starters. On defense, number 11, Taylor Zane, 6'2", junior. Also on defense, Josh Derricote, 5'7", junior. Number 40, Patrick Gill, 5'10", junior, rounds up the defense for the Tomcats. On their midfield, 16, Carmen Papa, he's a junior. We have number 18, Francis Aya, 6' junior. He had a goal in their last victory. Also in their midfield, Zachary Mackert, number 33, he's a 6'3" sophomore. And looking at the attack for the Tomcats, Sean Loney, he is a 5'8" freshman. 17, Tim O'Shea. And rounding up the attack for the Tomcats, Alex Casil, number 42. And in net for Thiel will be Ryan Weldon, number 24, 5'11" sophomore.
Of course, the Thiel Tomcats enter this one 6-4, coached by Jeff Arnson in his second year. As the teams make their way out onto the field, we'll take a look at the hometown Cardinals, who enter this one 9-4 on the season, coached by Colin Hartnett in his 4th season, a 29-31 career record at the University of Otterbein. He is our only coach in school history. On the field, the Cardinals will go like this. The defense will be Mike Spatafor, the senior, number 10. Number 11, Brogan Orcutt, the sophomore. And number 33, Trevor Kujawowski, will be the sophomore. At midfield, Graham Shippey, the senior, will wear number 2. Jeff Reese is a junior who will wear number 3. And number 9, Mikey O'Neill, is a junior. And Pat Tyner will take a seat on the bench. A good story we have coming to you for a bit, after a bit that is. Derek Cohn will start in his place, number 12, the sophomore. And then for the attack for the Cardinals, Mike Dadalo, the junior, number 16, and Andrew Donatelli, number 28, the team's leading scorer with 40 goals coming in the game. As we see the opening face-off controlled by the Cards. In goal for the Cardinals is the senior Adam Hatchard, number 30, who comes into this one with 157 saves to his credit and 91 goals allowed. That's a 63% percentage on the year. So the Cards take possession early in this one, and they'll try to get on the boards quickly, as they did the last time you watched them on OTV against Whittier College. You see both teams moving quickly here. That shot goes wide and goes towards the out of bounds. Fighting for possession of it is the Cardinals. Working it around the perimeter. Reese has it now. Otterbein comes moving right to left in their tan uniforms with red numbers and tan helmets, and of course red shorts. Back to Reese, looking to drive towards the net, cuts his way through a defender before working it back around. They get it behind the net now. Otterbein trying to set up a play now. O'Neill down low, trying to go into the net, no go. It's a turnover. Thiel's able to come away with it.
Early on there, a lot of great passing opportunities there, getting it in front of the net, just not able to finish.
Thiel will have it there. Goalie tries to get it out now, working their way towards midfield. And Aaron, do you have any keys to victory for the Cardinals in this one if they're able to come away and make this 5 straight wins in a row?
Yeah, for the Cardinals, they just got to ride the momentum right now. Off of 4 straight victories, they just need to keep it going. For Thiel right now, when we went over their attackers, they're all freshmen with Looney, O'Shea, and Casil. So this Thiel team is very young, no seniors even on that starting 10. So they're going to have to fight through this one today.
Thiel turns it over as they try to approach the opposition goal there. As we mentioned, a Division III school located in Pennsylvania. They started out slow this year, losing their first 3 games of the year, but now have rebounded to win 4 in a row, much like the Otterbein Cardinals. And here, speaking of those Cardinals, they're driving. There's a shot on goal, no good. Good save by the in-net goalie there. Now they're trying to get it quickly down the field. They crossed the half-field line. And Thiel's in good position here. Working to get it low. That shot goes way high of the net, over the net behind the goalpost for football. And the second consecutive turnover on 2 possessions for the Tomcats.
I don't think they get 3 points for that one, do they?
No, if it goes through the uprights, I don't think that counts. That would make the game certainly a little more interesting if that was the case.
Great defense there by the Cardinals, though, forcing that ugly shot.
So here come the Cards behind the net. O'Neill has it. He had 3 goals in their win against Mount Union, Ohio foe, earlier this week. Otterbein looking to score quickly, getting it down low, and there it is. Otterbein's the one who puts the first goal of the game down. That's the senior, number 28, Andrew Donatelli, his 41st goal of the season, the team's leader in that category. More importantly, he puts the Cards up early in this one with 12:11 left to go in the first quarter. Otterbein up 1-0 thanks to a great close goal by Andrew Donatelli.
Great job there by the Cardinals, finding Donatelli in front of the net there.
Donatelli had 3 goals when the Cardinals took to the field last time against Mount Union. Of course, the Cardinals, not a conference game, not a member affiliate of any conference. The OAC does not have enough schools to form a championship conference, but give it a few years, Aaron, and who knows, maybe enough teams will.
Yeah.
So here comes Thiel, working from left to right in their blue uniforms with gold trim. They're trying to get it towards the net quickly. This shot, no good. Good save by goalie Hatchard there. He comes away with his first save of the game. Now Otterbein has it, and they're trying to move quickly.
Not sure if Hatchard
has it.
Not sure if Hatchard knew where that one was there. A little luck on his side, but great positioning.
Down low, they have a one-on-one shot on goal, and it goes in. Otterbein quickly, back-to-back, less than a minute. They're able to come with goals. That time it was the junior, Mike Dadalow, coming away with his 30th goal of the season. So within the span of 1 minute, Otterbein comes away with 2 goals and take the 2-0 advantage here early. 11:32 left to play in the first quarter.
Great offensive pressure there by the Cardinals. Already their 4th shot in this game. They have the advantage 4-1 right now.
Yeah, in the pregame, Aaron, we mentioned as Otterbein controls the opening faceoff there, or excuse me, that's going to go to Thiel. We mentioned the importance for them to get off to a quick start against Mount Union. It went into that 4th quarter tied 4-4, and the decision was really at hand all the way until the end. Otterbein able to score 8 goals in the 4th quarter to blow it wide open, but a close game for 3/4 of it. And there'll be a penalty flag thrown on the field. We'll have some dirty laundry there as the teams rough it up near that in line down there.
Looks like Brogan Orcutt will be serving that penalty.
So Thiel will go on the man advantage here with 11:15 left to play in the first frame of this game here at Memorial Stadium. An overcast day. Face-off temperature 42 degrees here. Thiel looking to advance it towards the net. The visitors from Pennsylvania working around the perimeter. There's a long shot, goes wide right of the goal. Thiel not having any success trying to work it down low, close to the goal. A long shot there goes astray, but of course the rules in lacrosse, if it goes out of bounds, that shot hits off the leg of a player and caroms away. If the ball goes out of bounds towards that back line, it goes to the player closest to the ball, unlike any other sport like football or basketball where it would go to the team who did not touch it previously. So Thiel will remain in possession. The Cardinals with a 2-0 advantage here. Working behind the net, looking to get past the Cardinals. Spinning, pivoting, trying to drive. Hatchard able to carom that away. A good save by the goalie who comes up with his 2nd of the game. And Otterbein has possession now, and they're looking to move quickly. Hatchard gets it out now to Dadalow.
Carmen Papa saw an opening there for Thiel, but shut down right there by Hatchard.
So the Cardinals will be in possession of it. Moving right to left on your TV screen. O'Neill has it before he kicks it out around the perimeter. Now the freshman Connor Bach in possession of it. Bach will give it up to Dadalo. Back around to O'Neal behind the goal. O'Neal looking to drive. He'll get it out. That one cams away. Bach's unable to come up with it. And it rolls almost all the way to midfield, and the Tomcats pick it up, and they're looking to move quickly. O'Shea with it at the baseline, dumps it off now. Tomcats with no room to operate as we see a substitution in the game. That's number 12, Kendall Harrell, substituted in for the Tomcats, and there's a turnover there. Otterbein almost has it. They do come away with this time. A hard hit knocks away from Bach. And the Tomcats keep possession of it. Otterbein playing good defense here, though, not allowing them to drive close to the net. O'Shea with it, behind the net. Good defense by the Cardinals, and they knock him down. He loses possession. There's a scrum for the ball. Sticks are lost, and the officials will blow it dead. Otterbein getting very physical down there and behind the goal.
Yeah, it's Brogan Orcutt right now, putting on some great pressure.
So equipment timeout on the field with 8:26 left to go in the first quarter as a helmet came off and sticks went flying. This is not the first time these two teams have met on the lacrosse field. Thiel, a school that started their lacrosse program back in 2011, and ever since then, Otterbein's been a regular on their schedule. Last year, these two teams met, and Otterbein came away with a 19-7 victory. Mikey O'Neal had 4 goals and 2 assists in that one, and Andrew Donatelli, a junior at the time, had 3 goals. In the year preceding it, Donatelli, as a sophomore, had 2 goals and an assist in an 18-5 Cardinal victory over the Tomcats. Donatelli, the only player on the field who participated in that first contest against Thiel. Overall, they're improving as an organization in their 4th year playing the sport of lacrosse. They started out 2-12 in their first campaign, 3-11, and now stand at 6-4 on the 2013 season. So we'll have possession of it. They get it out behind the net. And Otterbein playing very good defense here in the opening frames of this one. Kujawowski playing tightly on him, not allowing him to get anywhere, and there's a ball on the ground. It's loose, and the Cardinals are able to come up with it. It's Dadalo who has it. He loses possession. And that one's going to go out of bounds and onto the track. It'll be a turnover, but it will stay with Thiel. Possession went back and forth right there. The Tomcats have it. Get it out around the perimeter. Looking to drive, going towards the net. Hatchard catches it. Good job. That's his 3rd save of the game for the senior goalie. Make that 160 on the season now for him. Here comes O'Neal. As we mentioned, had 3 goals the last time the Cardinals took to the field. Back to O'Neal behind the net. Trying to set up an offense for the Cardinals. There's a shot, no good. Goes wide right of the goal. The officials will blow it dead. The Cardinals will maintain possession. And the clock will start back up. 7 minutes, 5 seconds left to go here in the first quarter from Memorial Stadium as the sun begins to peek out from behind the clouds and shine upon the Cardinals, who have jumped off to a quick 2-0 lead. Looking to drive. There's another shot. Good save there from Weldon, the goalie. It's up in the air. Can't get it to go. Otterbein keeps possession of it, though, back on the turf. And the Tomcats finally come away with it.
Was Weldon there coming all the way out of his own net to get that one for the Tomcats.
Very physical defense there by the Cardinals, and they're able to come up with the turnover. O'Neal has it. He falls down. He tumbles. And there'll be a penalty flag on the field. Very physical play we've seen here, Aaron, out of both of these teams early on.
Yeah, Dadalo kind of began that first push there. He forced that turnover. Great job by the Cardinals right now, keeping the pressure up.
Michael Sullivan and Pat Tyner substituted into the game. We mentioned in the pregame a little bit, Derek Hone got the start in place of Pat Tyner. Pat Tyner very willingly and very courageously gave up his starting spot to Derek Hone for his first start of the season, the sophomore whose mother was diagnosed with cancer, and this is the first time she gets to see her son participate in a game. Very courageous act by the junior midfielder Pat Tyner to give up his starting spot so Hohen could substitute into this game. So O'Neal fakes having it. He doesn't. They get it out. It's Hohen who shoots. Wide of the goal. Can't get it to go. Otterbein maintains possession. Mikey O'Neal will bring it into play. Swings it back around. Another shot. This one goes in. That's number 22 for the Cardinals. Michael Sullivan, the attacker, Detroit Catholic Central High graduate who we mentioned, just substituted into the game, and he's able to come up with the third goal of the contest for the Cardinals, putting them up 3-0 here. 6 minutes, 2 seconds left. Mikey O'Neal, give him credit for an assist on that one. And Otterbein's able to come away 3-0 here early in the first quarter.
Great job by the Cardinals right now. We're seeing a lot of shots in this one. 8-6 right now in favor of the Cardinals. Each team with 3 saves apiece, and face-offs right now 1-3 in Cardinals trailing 1-3 in that category.
More mass substitutions for the Cardinals. We see Juan Contreras, the senior midfielder from Worthington Kilbourne, check into the game, as does the freshman Marcus Willis from Thomas Worthington. So 2 freshmen in the game for the Cardinals. Willis has it. So we hear the Cardinals down there calling out the play. Sullivan has it, who just had the goal for the Cardinals. Back out to Willis. Over to Contreras. The flip over to Sullivan. Sullivan gets it to Willis. Willis takes a shot, can't get it to go. Good save, but there'll be a penalty flag on the play. So we see more substitutions for Coach Harnett.
Marcus Willis took one for the team there on that penalty. He had some stifling defense there, but penalty on Thiel there.
Pat Tyner and Jeff Reese come back into the game for the Cardinals. So the clock will resume with 5:05 left to play in the first quarter. Otterbein with a 3-0 advantage here. Reese with possession of the ball. Flips it back out to O'Neal. Around. Cardinals playing around the perimeter here. Reese over, down low, looking for a shot. No, can't get it to go. This one fired, and that one finds the net. Otterbein with their 4th goal of the game. As soon as we can see what player it is, we'll let you know it is the senior, Andrew Donatelli, coming up with his 2nd goal of the game, and we will have a timeout on the field. It looks like the Tomcats are going to take it, falling in a hole here, 4-0. Andrew Donatelli, his 2nd goal of the game, the senior, number 28, his 42nd on the season. That'll be his 49th point for the senior.
Well, that's exactly what you want to see if you're a Cardinal fan. We saw this last Saturday against Whittier. Cardinals coming out on a great first start here, getting the first few goals in this one.
Yeah, as we saw, if you tuned in last Saturday for that broadcast with Whittier, the Cards had jumped out to a 6-0 advantage before Whittier was able to put any points up on the board. Looking at some of the statistics in this halftime break, Otterbein is leading in shots, 9-6. Both goalies have 3 saves to their credit. Face-offs is even at 2-4. And penalties, 2 penalties and a minute 30 spent on the sideline for the Tomcats compared to the Cardinals, just 1 for 30 seconds, and both teams have turned it over a pair of times. So the Cardinals meet in their 2 separate offense and then defensive huddles down there. Coach Harnett's going to have a word with him, as we mentioned, his 4th season as head coach here of the Cardinals. 29-31 career record, really seems to have the program moving in the right direction. As we mentioned in the pregame, last year's team set the school win record with 9. Otterbein tied that, defeating Mount Union earlier in this week. If they are victorious here, they've definitely got off to a good start so far. then they would break that record and get into the double-digit win category.
Yeah, taking a look at some of their previous seasons, obviously this year they're 9-4, but looking back, they've pretty good last year in 2012 at 9-6, but their two first years they struggled at 7-10 and 4-11. So this is definitely an up year, and it's exciting to see this Cardinal lacrosse team really get in the field this year.
Yeah, especially for a new sport. I know we talked a lot about it against Whittier, but it's a sport that really seems to be confined to the East Coast for the most part. The opponent we had last time was the only one that plays the sport at the Division III level in their own time zone. So it's a sport that hasn't spread as much west as football, baseball, basketball. So it's a little confined to the East Coast, but here in Westerville, it's taken hold with these boys who are a win away from setting the school win record. And as you notice, a little more in popularity at the sport. The crowd seem to be getting a little bigger here at Memorial Stadium as the season goes on. Connor Bach swings it back around to teammate freshman Marcus Willis. To Ryan Klippa, the junior midfielder from Pickerington Central, down low. Cardinals going to operate. Sullivan can't get it to go there. Saved. Look how far the goalie's coming out to come in possession of that one. He had to come about 15 feet away from the goalie circle to finally get that one, leaving a wide open net. So Thiel will have possession of it, and the Tomcats are looking to move. More substitutions now. We see Andy Huffer, the junior midfielder, substituted into the game for the Cardinals, and Sullivan will take a seat. We hear both teams calling out their plays now. Otterbein up 4-0. 3:20 left to go here. First quarter at Memorial Stadium. The Tomcats operating from behind the net. This one goes wide. Shot there, and it finds its way. Carmen Papa is able to come away with the goal right there, the junior midfielder. It puts the Tomcats' first points up on the board from about 30 feet away. He's able to rifle it across the middle. Adam Hatcher can't get his stick on it, and the Tomcats are on the board.
Yeah, great feed there by the Tomcats, finding Papa right in front of the net there.
So for Carmen Papa, he puts the first points up there for the Cardinals. He's the team's leading scorer coming into this one, and that adds to his total. More physical play out of both teams now. Derek Cohen has it. He flips it off towards the perimeter. Back out to Sullivan, who substituted back into the game. Back around to Shippey. He stumbles a little, falls down, does Dadalow. Keeps his composure and the ball. Flips it back out. Looking to shoot this time, goes wide left, can't get it to go. No roll out of bounds. Otterbein picks it up. They'll keep possession. Tyner looking to drive, spins. He'll think better, and he'll kick it back out, and Otterbein will start all over again. Shippey with it. 2 minutes and 5 seconds left to go before we reach the first intermission of this game. Tyner looking to operate, falls down, pivots. Can't find a hole in the defense. He finally does there, and it's Sullivan again. Michael Sullivan, the sophomore attack, is the one who scores the goal that time. A good job of getting it down low to him. His second goal of the game. That one bounced into the net, Aaron, and was able to hop over the goalie for the 5th goal of the game for the Cardinals.
Nice spin move there by Sullivan there, but also another great feed. Sullivan sitting right there, had the clear opening to the net.
Cardinals up 4-6 in face-offs so far today. And they'll win this one. Make that 5-7 in face-offs for the Cardinals today. We see Jeff Reese, the junior from Shaker Heights, substituted into the game, as is Graham Shippey. Shippey with it now. Shippey's looking to drive. He's going to cut between two defenders. He takes a hard hit. He throws it towards the net, can't get it to go. Good save by the goalie. Sullivan rebounds it and throws it back. Another save for the Tomcats. That one goes high. Otterbine's unable to come away with it, and it rolls towards midfield, and there's a scrum for the ball now. Pushing and shoving, still at that midfield line. The Tomcats seem to come away with it now. More substitutions for the Cardinals, substituting very liberally in this game. 1 minute left to play here before we reach the first intermission of the game. Thiel has found themselves down in a hole 5-1 early. Probably try to run out that clock and try to take the last shot of the quarter. Good defense by the Cardinals, not allowing them to get anywhere. The ball's on the ground, and Otterbein comes away with it. Another turnover. For the Cards, it's their third turnover of the game. Goalie Hatchard has it. He's trying to find a teammate. He chucks it long. 20 seconds left to go before we reach intermission. Sullivan already has 2 goals to his credit. Has it. He's running along the sideline. 10 seconds left to play here. Otterbine's got to hurry. Running towards the goal, O'Neill. Up, can't get it to go. That went off of the net of Reese. And the horn will sound here at Memorial Stadium as the first quarter comes to a close. Otterbein gets a pair of quick goals before Thiel finally does get on the scoreboard, but nonetheless, we've reached the first intermission, and Otterbein has a 5-goal-to-1-goal advantage here at Memorial Stadium, Aaron.
Yeah, no, great opportunity there by Reese. Almost, he had the open net there, just couldn't control the ball in that last play.
So we will take a short break here. When we return, we'll have all the second quarter action here from Memorial Stadium, so keep it tuned to OTV.
Diet Coke. Only in America do we leave our cars parked outside in the driveway while we keep our worthless junk inside in our garage. Only in America do we buy hot dogs in packs of 10 and buy buns in packs of 8. So be a patriot, show some pride, because only in America can people say they have the privilege of living in the best country in the world.
Back at Memorial Stadium here in Westerville, where the hometown Cardinals have jumped off to an early 5-1 advantage here as we're set to play the second quarter here. Taking a look at how we got to where we are. For the Cardinals, Andrew Donatelli has scored a pair, as is Michael Sullivan. Mike Dadalow has the other goal for the Cardinals, and that's how we got to the 5-goal-to-1-goal advantage that the Cardinals have. They won the face-off here before quickly turning it over. We saw a very physical first half out of both teams, a lot of pushing and shoving, and a lot of turnovers for both teams too. Otterbein committing 4, Thiel with 3 of them. So here come the Tanner Cardinal looking to score again. Reese with it. He'll get it now to Shippey. Back over to Reese. To Sullivan, driving. That one goes high. Hits off the goalie's net, bounces a mile into the air. There's a scrum for it behind the net. Otterbein's able to come out with it. Sullivan has it back around behind the net. O'Neal loses possession. Fortunate enough, there's a Cardinal there to pick it up for him. Shippy back out to Pat Tyner.
Cardinals obviously being very patient here. The Tomcats are kind of forcing them far away from the net.
O'Neal looking to drive around the net. He'll stop, pivot, go back the way he came. Now he'll get it out. Shot wide there. That's Shippy. Shoots wide left of the goal. It'll go out of bounds and roll over the track there. Otterbein will keep it though. The throw in bounds will go with 13:15 left to go till we reach halftime intermission here. Reese loses possession of it. Nice bit of stick work there as he carries his stick all the way around his back, but it will be a turnover there, and the Tomcats are looking to go quickly as they cross midfield now. Catching Otterbein out of defensive position. More substitutions into the game now. Kudrowski playing tight defense on him, maybe a little too tight as we have a penalty flag thrown here. Tomcats not being able to find any opening in the Cardinal defense as they work around the net. Good shove there from the Cardinals. Thinking about a long-range goal, things better is Alex Casil. Here comes O'Shea looking to drive. He'll kick it back out, and it's...
Yeah, Adam Hatchard intercepted that pass. Nice job there, but it looks like the Cardinals will have to play down a man.
As they go on the man advantage there, Hatcher comes up with it. There was the penalty flag thrown. A few minutes there. We finally have a stop and play. 11:57 left here. Otterbein still up 5-0.
It's like
5-1, that is.
It's like Kudrowski's going to serve that penalty.
For the Cards, it'll be their second of the game. Thiel still not able to find anything in the middle of the field, still operating outside of that perimeter. They keep thinking about these long-range shots before passing it back around to another Tomcat. And Otterbein's able to come up with that one.
Great steal by Orcutt there.
It's loose on the ground. Contreras had it. He lost possession of it. The Tomcats have it again, perhaps still loose. A lot of pushing and shoving. My goodness, this one's been on the ground for about 30 seconds now. No one able to come up with possession of it. And finally, the Tomcats do. It was O'Shea who has it. Kicks it out. Good save there by Hatchard. He's able to deflect it away and save the would-be goal. Another scrum for the ball. It's kicked away. Otterbein finally comes up with it. Contreras the one who has it. He kicks it out now, and another turnover for the Cardinals. Very sloppy play we've seen here early on in the second quarter. Still loose on the ground. Sullivan's unable to come away with it. 3 Tomcats there. Stick checking him. What a shove that was there. Andy Hufford came through and hit him like a middle linebacker. Knocks him end over end, and he'll be rewarded for it as the Cardinals will take possession. Michael Sullivan, who has 2 goals in this game already. Therese. Looking to drive towards the net. They get it. It's up and it is in. Number 15, Brandon Straub, is able to come away with that. The sophomore midfielder from Dublin, Jerome. Good offense there by the Cards as they're able to work it down low, and then a goal scored from about 10 feet away from the net. He's able to flip it over the goalie, Ryan Weldon, and Otterbein has their 6th goal of the game. 4 minutes and 49 seconds into the second quarter.
Taking a look at some of the stats, David. Right now, shots advantage of the Cardinals, 15-8 saves. Hatchard's done a great job in net, I think, so far. 6-4, though, in favor of Thiel. Let's see, take a look at turnovers. Cardinals do have 6 compared to Thiel with just 4.
So the Cards take control of the opening face-off, but they lose possession of it. Another turnover for Otterbein. And the blue jerseys of Thiel have it. That ball's loose on the ground. Otterbein comes up with it. Back and forth they go. Neither team able to keep possession here. He gets past the defender. He's got a wide open net. Decides to dish it off to another teammate. There's a long shot, and they get it to go. Otterbein quickly scoring here. That's number 9. Mikey O'Neill comes away with that goal, the junior from New Knoxville. 7th goal of the game for the Cardinals. 2nd in the game. That's within a minute. Otterbein scoring quickly here in the second quarter. 9 minutes, 39 seconds to go before they reach halftime.
Great feed there by Donatelli. I guess in hockey you'd call it sending it out to the point, but he sent it back out wide and did a great job there.
The face-off is controlled by Otterbein. Excuse me, they'll give it off to Thiel. Thiel looking to score quickly, trying to drive towards the net. Can't find an opening, and they'll back it up and run behind the net. Papa has it. He's looking to drive, kicks it out to another Tomcat. That shot goes wide of the net. The officials blow it dead.
Looks like we may have had a crease violation there on the Tomcats.
Here come the Cardinals quickly. Juan Contreras with it. He crosses midfield. Back around to Klippa. Marcus Willis substituted into the game for Otterbein. Klippa will give it off now to Willis. Willis with a lot of green in front of him, looks to run. Spin past one defender, shoots for the net, can't get it to go. Sails wide, will go out of bounds. Michael Sullivan with it, he spins, loses his footing but regains it. 8:39 left to go. Otterbein with a commanding 7-1 lead here. Contreras looks to set up an offense as he retreats back to midfield before driving, trying to get around the defender. They'll get it closer to the net. There's a shot, and they get it again. Mikey O'Neill, number 9, comes away with that goal. From about 30 feet out, he rifles it across at a difficult angle, and he's able to find net. His 2nd of the game, and now the Cardinals up 8-1 over the Tomcats of Thiel.
Nice job there by O'Neill. That's his 17th goal of the season.
For the Cardinals, they've scored 3 goals here early in the second quarter. We mentioned in the pregame how important it was for them to get off to a huge lead, and they've done just that here. Otterbein looking to extend the 4-game winning streak they currently have to 5. There's more substitutions for the Cardinals.
Looks like we'll have a penalty here. Looks like the Tomcats will be going on the advantage. Looks like Mike Dadalo will be serving that penalty.
While we have a little break in play, we'll take a look at the remaining Cardinal schedule. They take on Wilmington on the 23rd as we see a turnover there. Otterbein quickly coming away. Only 3 games left in the year for the Cardinals. Take on LaRoche University. They get it close towards the net. Another turnover there as you hear some groans from the fans as they had a perfect opportunity. Mikey O'Neill has in position for his 3rd goal, but he loses possession of it. LaRoche will be senior night for the Cardinals, and then they'll close out their regular season Wednesday, May 1st at Oberlin. So Cards with 3 games remaining on the season. This will be the final OTV broadcast of a lacrosse game. More substitutions for both teams now, with 7.5 left to go. While we mentioned this is the final lacrosse broadcast, there's a shot on goal that goes wide. As we mentioned, this is the final lacrosse broadcast of the season. It will not be the last OTV broadcast before this semester is over. Next Saturday, April 27th, we have the first baseball broadcast of the year. We'll bring it to you the doubleheader against hated Capital, Aaron.
Yeah, that should be a good one. I think our coverage begins, what, at 1 p.m. next Saturday?
Indeed, as there's a shot, goes wide. Tomcats come in possession of it before the officials stop it. Otterbein on the year in baseball, 19-12. Right now they are playing a doubleheader with OAC foe Muskingum, and that's a huge one. Otterbein in 5th place in the conference right now, and of course only the top 4 teams make the OAC tournament at the end of the year, so down to the stretch it goes. Really important, all these conference games for Otterbein.
I can tell you right now, the Cardinals are on top in the 3rd inning, 2-1 over Muskingum.
There's a shot that goes in for Otterbein, the 9th goal of the game. We'll get you in a minute who scored that goal. It was difficult from our vantage to see who scored it. Robbie Giuliani, the freshman attack from Cincinnati, a graduate of Kings High School, is the one who comes away with that goal. Now Otterbein has an 8-goal advantage thanks to it.
Great job by the Cardinals getting the ball on the net. It's their 22nd shot already in this one.
For Giuliano, his 5th goal of the season, played in 7 games. He also has an assist. So it's been all Cardinals here as the first half comes to a close soon, about 6 minutes remaining. Connor Bach, freshman, has it. Sullivan back to Bach. Otterbein in no hurry here around the Willis, just looking to work the clock. Sure, they'll be more than happy to take a 9-1 goal advantage into the locker room. Bach around. Coach Harnett not happy with the lead, always willing to give his boys more instructions as you see him down on the sidelines trying to coach him up. A good pick there from the Cardinals. That one shot, no good. Good save by goalie. It's rebounded and it's thrown in for another goal for the Cardinals. Double digits on the game. I believe that was Mikey O'Neill again with his 3rd goal of the game. They're able to come away with the rebound after the first miss. Mikey O'Neill picks it up, not Mikey O'Neill. That's going to go to Connor Back, number 44, the freshman midfielder from Michigan. And there's going to be a timeout. Otterbein gets into double-digit goals now, something you normally don't see in the first half of a lacrosse game, Aaron, but nonetheless, they're able to come out swinging here in the first half of action and now have a 10-1 goal advantage with 5:21 left to go in the first half.
Yeah, the Cardinals, you look back at some of their other games, remember last Saturday they had 12 goals. That was after the entire game, but can go reflect back to Bethany College, their first game of the season. That was their highest goal total of 24. They defeated them with a great margin there, 24-1. But looking at some of the other victories this season, the Cardinals have scored 12, 13, 7, 14, 14, 12. So this is a heck of an offense performance just in the first half.
Yeah, not sure if they're able to get to that 21 mark. Not sure if you remember, that was the game where they set the NCAA record for the quickest goal scored in a game. They won the opening face-off and quickly went right down the field and scored a goal 5 seconds into the contest in their season-opening win against Bethany. So a little bit of history made for the Otterbein Cardinals this year on the national stage. They'll make history if they win today, becoming the first Tannin Cardinal lacrosse team to get double-digit wins. Coming in, as we said, 9-4 on the season in this one. 2-2 here at Memorial Stadium. 2-7 when playing abroad.
You know, David, at halftime, I think we have another edition of This Week at Otterbein, don't we?
We do indeed. Catch all the news that you need from around campus as we did last week. You can stay tuned during the halftime break. And who was hosting? You know?
Yeah, we had Grace Linnea,
of course,
with news, and then we had Harrison Ralph and Kendra Schwartz.
That sounds like an A-team to me.
It is the A-team. Looking forward to that at halftime.
Catch up on all your news and notes around campus from what's going on in the sporting world, the arts and entertainment. And of course, there was a fine piece by John Bazika on the terrible tragedies in Boston. So get all you need to know with This Week at Otterbein. At halftime, speaking of Otterbein, they control the face-off, and they are dominating in that category as well. But what category are they not dominating in? They've won 8 of 11 of the face-offs so far today. So the Cards substituting a lot of fresh faces into the game now. Brandon Stroup, the sophomore, has it. He gets it to Tyner. Tyner pivots, looking to go. That shot sails wide of the net. He'll go across the back line. The official waves his arm to set the clock back into play. Otterbein maintains possession of it. 4:45 left to go. There's another shot on goal. Can't get it to go. Hits off the crossbar. Tyner's looking to get it. He picks it up. Heaves it across the other side of the field. A wide shot. Another one. This time it sails wide right. Otterbein will keep possession though. Tyner looking to shoot. Good save there this time. Ryan Weldon, the goalie, comes away with it. As we mentioned, coming into this one, he had 60 saves on the season, allowed 54 goals for a 52% save percentage compared to Adam Hatchard, the senior, with a 63 save percentage. Now the Tomcats are looking to move quickly as he's shoved out of bounds. The official will say it is Otterbein ball. So a very physical game. Here come the Cards quickly. That bounce shot from Sullivan won't go, and it'll trickle out of bounds and roll over the track. Here at Memorial Stadium, the Cardinals with a 10-goal-to-1 advantage. 3 minutes and 55 seconds before we hit halftime. Behind the net, have we seen them operate a lot today? Reese with it now at the top. Back around we go. To Tyner. The shot, and that one finds netting. That time, number 16, Mike Dadalow, comes away with the goal that time. The 11th goal scored of the game for the Cardinals. And for Dadalow, his second of the game, extending his streak now of consecutive goals, or excuse me, multiple goals in a game.
Great job by Dadalow, like you mentioned. His second goal, his game. Third shot also of this game.
He had 2 goals when they played Mount Union earlier this week, and then last Saturday he came away with a career-high 5 goals. So in the past 3 goals, the past 3 games, he's combined for 9 goals for the Cardinals. So the Tomcats are finally able to win a face-off. That's about all they're winning right now. Papa has it. He dishes it off now to Harrell. It's loose on the grass, and Otterbein comes away with it. With 3 minutes remaining to go, there's another turnover. Both teams about even in that category. Otterbein has 7, Thiel has 8. Back around behind the net. Klippa has it. Over to Willis, a long pass. Good jump by Willis to take possession of that one. Juan Contreras substituted back into the game. He's the man who has it. Back over around to Willis. Behind the net to Giuliano. Dadalow's unable to come up with it, picks it back up. Contreras flips it out now to Dadalow. Back around, there's a shot. Can't get it to go. Good save by the goalie that time. A minute 54 left to go before these two teams head to the locker room. Otterbein still up 11-1 from the visitors from Greenville, Pennsylvania. There's a long pass all the way across the field. Otterbein comes up with it. looking to drive. He's got one-on-one, and he loses possession of it. However, there's a penalty flag on the field. That might go on Dadalo, it looks like, perhaps. But Otterbein had a one-on-one with the goalie, and a good stick check from the Tomcats will knock it loose and prevent Otterbein from possibly coming up with their 12th goal of the contest. It will be Dadalo who's charged with the penalty, and the Tomcats on the man advantage. 90 seconds separate these teams from the end of the first half. And as we mentioned, all Cardinals here. Tomcats trying to get some momentum here before they finally do end it. There's a shot. Hatchard's able to catch it in his net and save it. For Hatchard, that'll be his 5th save of the game. Otterbein leading 31-9 in the shots taken. Here comes the Cardinals with an open net. Diving through the defense, there's a bounce pass that finds net. That time that goal credited to Graham Shippey, the senior midfielder, able to come up with his first goal of the game, and with 57 seconds left in the game, he opens it up even more than it previously was, and Otterbein has a 12-1 advantage now. And Aaron, things really are starting to get out of hands for the Tomcats.
Yeah, they sure are, David. That's Shippey's 6th goal of the season, 9th point. It's all Cardinals right now, that's for sure.
Just 57 ticks on the clock after the face-off. We'll have a yellow flag thrown.
Face-off violation there, looks like.
More substitutions for both teams as we see Juan Contreras into the game for the Cardinals. Mikey O'Neill will come out. And Andy Hufford, the junior, will check in. So we'll resume play here at Memorial Stadium. The clock yet to start. Still hasn't started. Probably should have a while ago by now. Still sitting at 57 seconds. There it goes. Finally starts up. 53 seconds before we reach halftime. Some pushing and shoving. Good defense by the Cardinals. Tomcats' last opportunity to head into the locker rooms with more than one goal. That one working down low, and they finally find it. That's Carmen Papa able to come away. He has both of the goals for the Tomcats in this game. And he gives them a little bit of momentum, I would say, going into the locker rooms, even though it's still a double-digit lead for the Cardinals.
Papa's 2nd goal of the game, like you mentioned, 3rd shot so far.
For Carmen Papa, he comes into this one. He's now tied for the team lead in points. That was his 25th goal of the season. He has 18 assists and is now tied with Tim O'Shea for the lead in points categories, each of them with 43 to their credit. 35 ticks left as there's a stick on the floor. Otterbein trying to push it and score one more goal before the first half mercifully comes to an end for the Thiel Tomcats. Working behind net, looking to get it in. Is O'Neill. That shot no good. Saved by the goalie. And that will do it as there are zeros on the scoreboard. Otterbein all tan and cardinal in the first half of this game as they trot over to the locker room. Otterbein up 12-2 here at Memorial Stadium. We're going to throw it to a quick break now. When we return, we'll have all the action coming up from the second half from Memorial Stadium. I'm David Kinder. Alongside me, Aaron Reinhardt. Stay tuned to OTV with the second half coming up after the break.
Hello and thanks for watching. I'm Grace Lenahan. This week at Otterbein, the golf team wraps up the OAC regular season championship. The spring opera is set to hit the stage and a power outage throws Otterbein for a loop. But first, we will look at the national story of the week, the Boston Marathon bombings. On Monday, tragedy struck the New England city. It was Patriots Day and the Boston Marathon was running strong until the afternoon when the town was put on a standstill, and the celebratory day became a mere afterthought. John Bazico reports.
The Boston Marathon. On a 116-year tradition in Beantown and a sign of patriotism within the United States of America. Yet on Monday, April 15th, it was marred by an act of injustice. Devastation filled the streets of Boston when multiple explosions occurred at the finish line of the Boston Marathon race. Thousands of innocent civilians and spectators of the race ran for cover and safety after the bombs exploded, only to be thrown into greater chaos and insecurity. With heavy hearts within our country and here on campus, we asked Otterbein students their feelings on this tragedy, and here's what we found.
I think it's horrible, and whoever did it, they need to be found and caught and be dealt with. One of my friends actually goes to school up there, and she wasn't too far from the explosion, so that scared the heck out of me.
It just makes me really upset. It makes me feel really sad, and my thoughts and prayers go out to all of the families of those who were involved.
And ultimately, I'd wish that people will learn from these kind of catastrophes and hope they don't happen again.
3 is the death toll to this tragedy as of right now, with over 180 injured in some way and 17 individuals in critical condition. Otterbein professor Dr. Jean Kelly was one of many people across the country scrambling to make sure her family was safe after the explosion, praying to not hear the worst.
It was probably 3:45 before I had any idea, and I got an email from a cousin saying, let us know when Kevin's all right. And the first thing I saw was a video that showed the official time on the clock at the time of the explosion, and I knew right away that was my brother's finishing time. So that's when the panic set in. He had finished technically at like 3:46, and the bomb went off at 4:09. So I could tell he had finished, which was somewhat of a relief, but it looked like he finished very close to that time. Made phone calls, couldn't get in touch with him. At some point, I just closed the door of my office and cried and prayed because we couldn't get any information.
Her brother, Dr. Kevin Kelly, was a runner within the marathon and is now safe, but not before he had to be in the presence of this warlike atmosphere in Boston. We spoke with Mr. Kelly on the phone, and he had this to say.
As we were getting the clothes off of the school buses where all the bags were with personal effects, we heard a huge explosion, and the ground shook. It was, it was really impressive. And we turned, and on the corner where the finish line was, there was a huge cloud of black-gray smoke coming up, and so everybody looked at each other, and we all realized that there was something bad had happened.
The second you heard the explosion, what was the first thing that went into your head?
Well, I think initially, it was so loud that you think, gee, maybe it was a cannon or something. You think maybe, you're not really sure. And like I say, I think your next thought, just because of 9/11, is whether there are other explosions that are going to occur.
Dr. Kelly's family is safe, yet as a whole, how safe is the country from this occurring again? America has always risen from events like this only to be stronger. Yet with this bombing and gruesome scene, our country may have lost a sense of security again, but never will we lose our sense of pride or hope. For This Week at Otterbein, I'm John Bazico.
The marathon bomber has not yet been found. The FBI is searching and has questioned a few possible suspects, but to no avail. Searches and interviews will continue to be conducted until the bomber is found, as the United States government has the full intention of seeking justice. It is at this time that we here at Otterbein TV would ask that you keep all of the victims in your thoughts and prayers. On Tuesday of this past week, a power outage occurred early in the morning and canceled many morning classes. The cause of this was not what one may expect. A squirrel got stuck in a power line and caused a surge. This caused a line surge that threw the protective switch out and affected the HV circuit that feeds our entire campus power system. Poor little guy couldn't even see it coming. That's a sad story.
That is sad. It's not very uplifting.
No.
But I do have some good news happening with the Arts and Entertainment. So I'm Kendra Schwartz here with Arts and Entertainment. Last fall, the music department at Otterbein presented 3 one-act operas. This semester, the spring opera is a bit different. The title of the opera is The Merry Widow and is set to hit the stage this weekend. OTV's Kelsey Randall has more.
This weekend, Otterbein Opera Theater presents The Merry Widow, a story about men who are trying to win the heart of a recently widowed woman. Senior vocal performance major Josh Dixon gives more insight on the plot.
She owns almost all the money in Varsovia, and so everyone's trying to get her to marry a Varsovian so the money stays in Varsovia, because if she marries a Parisian, then it goes to France.
Combining singing, acting, and dancing, the Merry Widow cast members have spent the entire semester preparing for the show. Junior vocal performance major Jamila Robinson tells of her experience.
Working with different people, being able to go into a different world just for a little part of time is a lot of fun.
Performances for The Merry Widow are this Friday and Saturday, April 19th and 20th at 8 p.m. and Sunday the 21st at 2 p.m. in Riley Auditorium. Tickets are $5 for students and $10 for adults. This week at Otterbein, I'm Kelsey Randall.
The performance starts at 8 p.m. and will be happening all weekend at Riley Auditorium in Battelle Fine Arts Center. Audience members may buy tickets at the door or the box office. On Saturday, Cardinal After Dark and the Starving Artist are hosting So You Think You Can Paint, an event where anyone can come be an artist, even if it's only for a night. So You Think You Can Paint is happening on Saturday at 9 o'clock in the field between Battelle and the Science Building. There will be tons of canvases, brushes, and paint, including some glow-in-the-dark paint. There will also be prizes for winners of first, second, and third place paintings. That sounds like a fun activity outside, but now we're going to take it over to Harrison Ralph and see what some of the sports are doing.
Hello, I'm Harrison Ralph with the Sports Report. We're going to start with Otterbein Golf. The golfers took home the OAC regular season championship on Monday. The Cardinals defeated second-place finisher Mount Union by 41 strokes. Senior Taylor Harley shot a tournament best 180, which was par for the tournament. Cardinal David Morocco came in second in the match with a 184. The OAC championships will be played next Friday at River Greens, and the NCAA tournament will follow at the Raven, which is down in Florida. On to lacrosse now. The men's lacrosse team traveled to Alliance to take on the 5-6 Mount Union Purple Raiders. The teams were deadlocked at 4 heading into the pivotal fourth quarter. OU then exploded for 8 fourth-quarter goals and took control of the game 12-5, which would end up being the final. Andrew Donatelli and Mikey O'Neill each had 3 goals, and Mike DeTolo, after coming off a 5-goal performance against Whittier, had 2. Otterbein takes to the field this Saturday with a 9-4 record. They will play Thiel University. You can watch that game right here on OTV, streaming live. Pre-game starts at 12:50. Finally, the baseball 9 was swept by the nationally ranked Marietta Pioneers, who stand at 6th in the nation right now. Yesterday, in a doubleheader, the Cards lost 5-1 and 10-1. Both of the Otterbein's lone runs came off the bats of Jordan Ashbrook and West Meadows on solo home runs. The 2 losses were costly for the Cards because they fell into 5th place in the OAC, and given the fact that only the top 4 teams make the conference tournament, Otterbein could be in trouble. OU stands at 19-11 on the year and 6-6 in league play. With only 6 games remaining this year, the Cardinals will play a non-conference matchup with Wittenberg today and a doubleheader with Muskingum on Saturday.
Well, thank you, Harrison. And on behalf of our entire news crew, I'm Grace Lenahan, reminding you to make every day at Otterbein just a little bit better than the last. Thank you.
back at Memorial Stadium after halftime intermission. Thank you for joining this broadcast of Otterbein Men's Lacrosse here on OTV. I'm David Kinder. Alongside with me is Aaron Reinhart. And Aaron, in that first half, we saw the Cards explode for 12 first half goals compared to just 2 for Thiel. They really dominated in every single category.
They really did, David. Taking a look at some of the numbers from that first half. Otterbein with the shot advantage, 33-11. Saves in favor of Ryan Weldon for the Tomcats. He had 11 compared to Adam Hatchard, who had 5. I think really big saves.
So the Tanner Cardinal coming back out after this one. They won the opening faceoff, something they've done 11 out of 15 times now. Some of the key players in the first for the Cards were Mikey O'Neill, who came with 3 goals. Donatelli had 1. Shippey had 1. And Michael Sullivan had a pair as well. Speaking of Michael Sullivan, he rifles that one towards the net. It sails high, though. Will go out of bounds. Cards keep possession. As we mentioned, Otterbein coming into this one 9-4 on the season. Their opponent, Tomcats, are 6-4 on the year. The Cards are able to hold on to this victory, and I imagine they will. And they will get double-digit wins on the season, the first time that's happened in the 4-year history of Otterbein Lacrosse. So here comes O'Neill with 3 goals. There's a rifle shot and a goal for the Cardinals. Mike Dadalow comes away with his second of the game as he rifles that one across. Number 16, the junior attack from Olentangy. Credit Mikey O'Neill with the assist on that one. And the Cards keep up their scoring ways right where they left off. Not even a minute into the first half, 14:09 left. And they're able to come away with another goal, advancing it to a 13-2 lead for Otterbein. The Tomcats win this one, and they're sprinting quickly down the court before being tripped up. There'll be a yellow flag thrown on the play. Looks like it might be tripping called on the Cardinals. Cardinals have 5 penalties in this one, 3-minute spent on the sidelines. Thiel has 2-minute penalties, 1:30 spent sidelined up. Will indeed be a tripping call against the Cardinals. They're going to get Derek Cohn on it. And Thiel will be on the man advantage. We said the Cards leading in goals, or excuse me, on shots on goals, 35-11. That's the key reason they have such a commanding lead today. Carmen Papa has both of the goals for the Tomcats. As we mentioned, that pushed him into a tie for the lead in points on the team with 43 on the season. All the offense accounted for by Papa. That shot is able to be kicked away from Hatchard. There's an ensuing scrum for it. A Cardinal loses, Orcutt loses his stick, and they'll blow it dead. 13-29 down in the third quarter. Here come the Cards, looking to move quickly. Contreras has it, he crosses midfield. To Dadalow, who just had the goal for the Cards. He's looking to drive, and there it is again. Mike Dadalow in less than a minute. Oh, excuse me, did that one not go in? Looked like it appeared to go in.
Yeah, hard to see from our vantage point there. It looked like it just kind of
like it went in, didn't it, Aaron?
Yeah, it just kind of went right behind the netting there.
He had to pick it out of the backside of the netting, so no goal for Dadalow. Will remain 13-2 in favor of the Cardinals. There's a high shot, can't get it to go. Can the Tomcats? Hatchard's able to bounce it away. Cards are moving quickly now. That one slips out of the grasps of O'Neill. There's a fight for it. The Tomcats come up with it. Patrick Gill has it. He'll throw it off and lose possession of the ball on the turf, but Tomcats have it now. They cross midfield. And a poor throw there from the Tomcats will turn it over for Otterbein for the Tomcats, their 11th of the contest. We see Michael Sullivan substituted into the game for Coach Arnett's squad. He has 2 of the goals scored for Otterbein. Streaking down the middle of the field, there's a shot, and there's a goal from Otterbein. That one's going to be number 28, Andrew Donatelli, coming with his 2nd goal of the game. As we mentioned, Donatelli coming to this one as the team's leading scorer on the season. That is his 42nd goal scored. And it's a bloodbath here for the Cardinals.
Yeah, it's actually his 3rd goal of the game.
Excuse me, 3rd goal scored. So he has 3 of them now for the Cardinals, which ties Datalow in that category. Mikey O'Neill has a pair. Graham Shipley has 1 as well. Michael Sullivan has 2 for the Cardinals. So we'll see some new faces for the Cardinals we haven't seen all day. Tyler Reed makes his first appearance. The junior midfielder from Milford, Ohio, will come into the game. And we'll have a stoppage in play with 11:43 to go. Unfortunately, in Division III lacrosse, no mercy rule, Aaron. They play until that final whistle blows, as evident by the Cardinals' 24 goals they scored in their first game of the season. We've seen them put up high offensive numbers, and they're doing much of the same today. 14 goals for the Cardinals. They're looking to get some more now. Around to O'Neill. O'Neill will flip it to the other side of the field. Trying to drive to the circle. O'Neill finds himself behind the net now. Dish it off to Donatelli, who's at the near side. Back around to Mikey O'Neill. The Cardinals working in a 4-square offense of sorts. From top to perimeter to behind the net. And no rush here to score. Another hard hit by the Tomcats there. Datalow loses his grip on it, but he picks it back up. Back over to O'Neill. O'Neill looks to throw it off now. To Datalow to O'Neill. Otterbein taking their time here. Just trying to kill that clock. Victory pretty much assured for the Cardinals, barring an incredible comeback, even though still a decent, almost 25 minutes of time on the field left to play. O'Neill has it. He'll throw it out to the senior Donatelli. To O'Neill. All the way across the field. It's tipped. It's nearly knocked in on the ground there by the Cardinals. Just goes a little wide of the net. To Donatelli looking to score. He rifles it across. There's a save, though, from Weldon. For Weldon, his 12th save of the contest. Unfortunately, he's allowed more goals than he has saves in this one. Poor stick play by the Tomcats we've seen for the entire second half. They're losing possession of the ball a lot. I know it's been a very scrappy game on both sides. As you see there, another one loses their footing, and Otterbein comes back away with it. This is Alex Titus, the freshman, making his first appearance in the game, and he has possession of the ball before dishing it off to Datalow. Andrew Donatelli stands at the top of the field, patiently waiting. He'll get it to Sullivan, back to Donatelli. Cardinals have burned 4 minutes of time on their own side of the field here, much like that Whittier game. I remember Otterbein having possession almost the entire contest. It's been in Otterbein territory almost the entire game here, Aaron.
That's for sure, and they've also been able to get a lot of shots off, up to 41 shots already in this one.
There it is again. Andrew Donatelli comes away with it. Donatelli his 4th goal of the contest. That one scored from about 40 feet out. He rifles it from the middle of the field and is able to find some position over the goalie. The 15th goal of the game, 4th of the day for Donatelli, raising his season total to 44 goals scored. I mentioned Donatelli, the senior transfer who came to us from Lake Erie. He's no friend of the Thiel Tomcats. He's played them twice and has 5 goals scored against him in his career coming into this one. Now it's 9. So in 3 games against the Thiel Tomcats, the senior Andrew Donatelli has wreaked havoc against them. 9 goals overall. They try to work it down low, but cannot, and it comes loose. Tomcats on the ground, but it looks like they're going to get called for a sticking penalty. Will the Cardinals?
David, it looks like now with that 15th goal, this is their 2nd highest goal total in a game this season. Of course, we mentioned earlier their highest total of the season was that first game of the season at Bethany, that 24-1 victory.
Yeah, still got a whiles to go, but the way they're going at this rate, wouldn't put it past them from getting there.
If you take a look at the goals by period, Cardinals had 5 in the first, 7 in the second, now already 3 here in the third. I think they're on pace.
Yeah, they could very well get there. The Tomcats have possession of the ball for the first time in this half on their own side of the field. They're looking to find some room to operate. It'll go out of bounds. An update from Fishball Field, just a stone's throw away from Memorial Stadium, where the Cards have a doubleheader with Muskingum. Otterbein in the 5th inning has jumped all over the Muskies, 9-1. We mentioned a very pivotal game for the Cardinals because right now in 5th place in the Ohio Athletic Conference, and only the top 4 teams make it, this being a conference game, should play huge into the Cardinals' chances of making that tournament at the end of this season. David Cyrus on the mound for the Cardinals in that one. He's pitched all 4 innings. And Wes Meadows, Aaron, has 6 runs batted in that game already.
Nice.
My goodness. The senior preseason All-American showing why he had all that hype coming into the season. Sean Kettering also has a pair of RBIs for the Cardinals. 2 home runs for Wes Meadows. I guess that would be why he has the 6 RBIs. So just a mere stone's throw away from Memorial Stadium. Another Otterbein team is up to their winning ways. So here come the Cards. 15-2 lead here. There's a shot. Can't get it to go. Hits off the top of the crossbar. Otterbein keeps it though as we see more substitutions, and I believe that is a new goalie substituted into the game for the Cardinals there. Number 36, Isaac Eriquette, the freshman from Westerville Central, will come into the game in relief of Hatchard. Hatchard's played a fine game, allowing just 2 goals so far in this contest. That one will go out of bounds and stop the clock at 5:52 left to play here. There's another shot, the 44th shot on goal for the Cardinals today. That one sails a little wide compared to just 12 for the Tomcats.
It's a nice shot by Guliana there. You could just see how he just kind of winded up. Went for that one just wide of the net.
Nothing but green in front of the Tomcats here as they're racing towards the net. They get it down low into the attack zone. This one fired, can't get it to go. The freshman comes up with a nice save there. Have a stop on the play. 5:22 remaining in the 3rd quarter. We mentioned new goalie in net, Adam Hatchard pulled. He had 5 saves on the day and 12 shot attempts towards him. Allowed 2 goals. Here come the men in the blue uniforms trying to get something on that scoreboard. Not so much towards the victory, but maybe just a moral victory to try to come down in Otterbein defense and finally put one over on them. There's another turnover for the Tomcats, their 16th of the game. Otterbein moving very quickly down the field now. They'll slow things up. That one goes high of the man behind the back of the net. A turnover will go to Thiel.
Seen a lot of scoring in this game, David. Also seen a lot of turnovers right now. Thiel with 16, Otterbein with 12. A lot of offense, though, a lot of sloppy play, I think, we've seen in this one.
There is. It's been a very physical game, too. We've seen a lot of scrums for loose balls, a lot of pushing and shoving. And for the most part, Otterbein has come out the victors on all those scrums we've seen. Francis Ali with the ball. We'll toss it to the other side. There's a long shot. Can't get it to go. Good save by Otterbein. For the Cards, the 6th save of the contest.
Nice positioning by Eckert there. Looked like he saw that ball all the way, knew where that one was heading.
Yeah, just a rookie, the freshman, getting some rare varsity experience here. As we see, Hatcher normally goes the full 60 minutes, but he checks in with the game well in hand here at Memorial Stadium. Connor Bach has it now, and he'll flip it back around to teammate Marcus Willis. Klippa has it, and he loses possession before it rolls out of bounds. It will stay with the Cardinals on this end, though. Giuliano, who has a goal to his credit today, will get it to Dadalo. Dadalo has 3 of them today. That one picked up by the goalie in center circle. He'll chuck it deep downfield across midfield. And another turnover. Otterbein comes away with it, and they have numbers. They're looking to drive quickly. Adam Norris has it before losing possession. They'll get it back to Norris before the officials will call it dead, and I believe there'll be a timeout on the field. And with that timeout, with 2:32 left to go before they reach the final 4th quarter, Otterbein with a 15-2 advantage. We will throw it to a break here on OTV, or maybe not then.
No, but you know what, David? This is a great time to talk about some of our programming
we definitely
on Otterbein
can.
TV. I know coming up this Tuesday, David, we have another edition of Schools Out, hosted by Dr. Demas, who was one of our excellent camera men today, and also shout out to one of our camera women, Faith, and Harrison Ralph.
Can't forget about Harrison Ralph.
Directing the show, doing a great job.
The man behind us directing with his witty comments throughout the entire broadcast here.
That's for sure. And of course, hey, you can always check out This Week at Otterbein.
Of course, as you saw at halftime, always catch it every Thursday before semester gets out. Well, we have 4 weeks left before we get to go home.
Yep. And I think our director, Harrison Ralph, just reminded me, too, he's working on quite the full documentary. What's it called again, Harrison? Both Ends of the Barrel, and it is premiering in May. May 11th at 9 p.m. at Screens Theater.
I've heard good reviews about it. I've heard very good reviews.
I know you can check out the trailer for it on YouTube. What is that, through your YouTube channel, Harrison? Just type in Both Ends of the Barrel, he says, and it's one of the first options that shows up, or you can check out his website.
He has his own website,
at
harrisonralph.com. That's how you know you're important in life. You made it.
You know what? We're busy at OTV.
We are, and as we said, this might be our last Lax broadcast of the year, but we still have baseball action coming your way next Saturday. We get to take on the hated men from Bexley in a doubleheader over at Fishball Field, as Capital makes a visit to Westerville.
When I stand up, I can see the outfielders over at Fishball Field. Sounds like the Cardinals are still doing well over there.
Doing well on the baseball diamond, and at the football stadium, the lacrosse team is doing equally as well. Up 15-2 here, about 2 minutes to go before we reach the final quarter here. There's another shot for the Cardinals. Can't get it to go. It's kicked away. They'll throw it back out to the goalie and set up, and here comes Ray McDonald, the senior from New York, looking to go quickly and try to get something here for the Tomcats. That one's on the ground, picked up now. Loses his footing. Over to Sean Looney. He loses possession of it. Oh, hard hit there. Officials will whistle it dead there. Minute 29 to go. All Tanner Cardinal, not just in this half, but in the game in general. 15-2 here. Another scrum for the ball, and another whistle will stop play. And they'll award possession of it to Thiel. If you're looking at the scoreboard, both those Thiel goals have came via Carmen Papa. He's been all the offense for the Cardinals, number 16. The junior from Salamanca, New York. There's a shot from the Cardinals, can't get it to go. Good trap by the goalie, able to bring it back in. Now he throws it long across the midfield to Papa, all the way down the other field. Goalie's able to scoop it up and save it for the Cardinals. Now he's in trouble as he's got 2 men on him outside of his zone. 40 ticks remaining on the scoreboard here at Memorial Stadium in the third quarter. Otterbein racing down, that one kicked away. It's put back into play by the goalie. Here comes Christian White, the junior midfielder, with it before it's knocked away. Got another turnover, as you mentioned, Aaron. Very sloppy play by both teams. Otterbein has 12 turnovers. Tomcats 19. That one's chucked Hail Mary deep to the other side of the field. It will be possession to the Cardinals with just 0.3 seconds left, and that will do it. The horn sounds, and the third quarter comes to an end for Otterbein. For Otterbein, it was a slow third quarter. They only scored 3 goals. But as it stands, they have the 15-2 lead here at Memorial Stadium. So now we will take a break, and we will come back with the final 15 minutes of this contest. Thank you for tuning into OTV. We'll be right back after this.
Temperature in the last 50 years. Growing up, you'd wait for what we call an andhi, a squall. This year, there's not a drop. Some estimates say 2017 Delhi, 15 million people are going to be without water.
So you've got a song about where to call for government information?
Check this out. We got the benefits and services that'll make you smile to get the answers you need. Put us on speed dial.
That is gold, Your Honor.
1-800-FIT-INFO. Oh!
Here comes the monster. The Tickle Monster.
Just imagine what a little time can do for your family.
Back at Memorial Stadium here in Westerville, Ohio. The one-time dry capital of the world, Aaron. As our producer Harrison Ralph decides to chime in. 15 minutes remaining in this one, but the game is all but over here for the Cardinals, unless an unbelievable miracle. They have the 15-2 advantage. The Tomcats win the face-off, and they're looking to score quickly, and they do indeed. They get their third goal of the game. That one comes at the hands of Alex Casil, the freshman from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, the Fox Chapel graduate. Just 9 seconds into the half is able to come away with the goal there for the Tomcats.
Yeah, great job by Casil there. That's his 20th goal of the season, 26th point of the year as well.
So, a little bit something for the Tomcats to hang their hats on there. Another face-off controlled by Otterbein. Cardinals have dominated in that category as well, winning 12 of 18 face-offs today. And another turnover, the 14th of the game for the Tannen Cardinal. The sun is starting to shine now. It's been mostly a overcast day here at Memorial Stadium. Game time temperatures were 42 degrees. Now the sun is out and shining. There's a loose ball. A little bit of shoving for it. Tomcats come away with it, but yanks his stick back too fast, and it'll go out of bounds. Possession changes over to the Cardinals. Here comes McVeigh. He has possession of it before dishing it off as we see more substitutes in the game. Michael Sullivan has it, who gets it back over to Connor Bach. Sullivan, a pair of goals to his credit today. Cards in no hurry to do much of anything here with the commanding 15-3 lead. 13:25 to go in the game. Looking to operate down low, can't get it to go. It's loose on the floor. The goalie comes up with it. The 17th save of the game for Ryan Weldon, the sophomore goalie. That possession will stay with Thiel. Thiel trying to get it into the attack zone, not much luck there. That one bounces off the stick of a Cardinal, who picks it up and promptly starts sprinting towards the goal. He gets it across midfield, looking to operate. Dishes it off now, down low, and then another goal for the Cardinals. Credit that one, number 31, Riley Dixon, the sophomore attack from Wheaton, Illinois, a graduate of Wheaton North High School. He scores the 16th goal of the game for the Cardinals for Riley Dixon.
Goal scored by Otterbein, 31.
Great feed getting it to Dixon there, and he was wide open there, had an easy shot. Nice job finishing there, getting the 16th tally in this one.
For the Wheaton native, that is just his second goal of the season. Comes from the same hometown as the Galloping Ghost, Red Grange.
Now, what is that? For viewers, listeners at home who may not know what that is.
You want me, Red Grange, you're not familiar with who
I
Red
am not
Grange
familiar
is?
with that.
He is a professional football player, Aaron, who has his number retired with the Chicago Bears and the Fighting Illini of Illinois.
Oh.
He got the NFL going back in the heyday of the Roaring 20s.
Oh, cool.
Always tune into OTV for fun facts about sports
You
from back
are
in the 20s.
a wealth of knowledge.
Marcus Willis passes it down low to Michael Sullivan. Running behind that, he'll flip it off now. Down low, another chance for the Cardinals to come up with an easy one. That one knocked away though, it's still loose. Connor Bach comes up with it, and there'll be a penalty flag on it as Bach throws it out now. Another goal attempt goes wide, and Tomcats pick it up, but the Zebras will blow it dead. Penalty flag down. The Cardinals look like they're going to go on the man advantage here.
It's nice to see a wealth of different Cardinals getting some offensive opportunities. Kilpio had a great chance there, wasn't able to get it past Weldon there, but it's nice to see different faces here getting some great chances.
11:20 to go here at Memorial Stadium. We have a timeout on the field as they try to get the confusion taken care of.
You know, David, this field looks pretty awesome. I can't imagine, your experience with garden and lawn equipment. How much does it take to make a field like this?
Aaron, It's
Make
just a
this
lot of
look
work.
good.
As obviously Otterbein doesn't play OCC, but I believe they're the only team that doesn't have the fake grass at their football stadium. It takes a lot of work, Aaron. You should come by the Garden Center sometime, learn a little something about the lawn manicure.
I'll do that.
Of course, the field here at Memorial Stadium is not Regulation 2 lacrosse standards because of the track. It makes it a little shorter, and there's another goal for the Cardinals. Working down low. Otterbein comes away with yet another goal. You can credit that one to Graham Shippey, the senior midfielder from Cuyahoga Falls. The 6'10", or the 6 foot 190-pound senior midfielder. And give Willis the assist on that one. 17 goals on the game for the Cardinals. As I was saying, the field not regulation size here for the Cardinals. The track cuts it a little short.
For Shippey, that's his second goal of the game, 7th goal of the campaign.
Otterbein comes up with it, and they're running towards the goal, trying to score another one, and they do indeed. Less than a minute after they scored their last one, Connor Underwood, the junior defender from Cheshire, Connecticut. Excuse me, check that. Give it to Riley Dixon, who has his second of the game after only scoring one all year. He has 2 in this game now. Appears as though Underwood had scored it. Indeed, they will give it to the sophomore attacker. We'll have a timeout on the field with 10:30 left to go for the Cardinals. This one's been all Tana Cardinals ever since the opening face-off, Aaron.
It sure has. They've been able to get just a ton of shots on goal right now. The shot advantage is 54-16, and I think when you see those numbers, you got to be pretty happy with the amount of offensive execution. And it just feels like, too, when the Tomcats come down, they have possession, but they're not really able to hold on to it that long. When they'll just go right back the other way. That's been kind of rough, and I know head coach Colin Harnett's put a lot of work on this team.
Yeah, he definitely has. As we mentioned, he's the only head coach that this school has ever known in his 4th season of work. Barring a miracle today, his record as head coach at Otterbein will improve to 30-31, getting ever closer to the 500 mark. And he has to be very proud of the way not only his boys have played today, but down the stretch lately. They've won 5 in a row, and going in with only 3 games left in the season, they have a very good opportunity to end this season on a very strong winning streak. So more than likely the Cards advancing to 10-4 on the season. Coach Harnett definitely has this team heading in the right direction for the second newest sport on the campus. Of course, the newest would be the lacrosse version that the women play. In their second season of play, they play their home games at the soccer field, just adjacent to the football stadium. So after the goal from Dixon, his second of the game, 3rd on the season, Otterbein set for the face-off. Still scrapping for it, and they come away with it. Their 14th win on 21 attempts in the face-off. Oh my, there's a shove, and they're gonna get flagged for it, so that's gonna go on Carmen Papa. He has 2 of the 3 goals for the Tomcats. He's gonna trot over to the sidelines. The Cardinals will be on the man advantage, as if Thiel needed any more problems in this game.
Call that a pushing foul. In the cross, you have technical fouls, personal fouls, and procedural signals that the refs will make. This pushing, it will be a technical foul. Be a 30-second man advantage for the Cardinals.
10 minutes, 17 seconds remain before this one's officially in the books. Marcus Willis will fling it around behind the goal, and the Cardinals will run that 4-square offense again. There's another shot that goes high of the net. Willis the closest to the ball going all bounds, so he'll re-inbound it for Otterbein. 9:55 left on the Scott. Oh, there's a shot from O'Neal, and he gets hit hard as he takes that one. Another turnover for the Tomcats, their 24th of the game. That shot's deflected away. Will roll out of bounds. Marcus Willis, the freshman, has it, gets it down low to Bach. Bach can't keep possession of it as it goes away from him. Dadalow has it. 3 goals in the game for Dadalow to Graham Shippey. Over to Dadalow, who loses possession, and it rolls towards midfield. Shippey spins and pivots. Shot for the Cardinals, goes just to the left of the net. Will roll out of bounds. 8 minutes and 47 seconds left up on the scoreboard on the south side of Memorial Stadium. Willis looking to drive, finds nothing. Down to Bach, Bach with it. And there's a turnover for the Tomcats, who are coming quickly down the field. Almost goes out of bounds, and we'll have a penalty flag on it. And that'll stop play, 8:22, as we see more players coming into the game for Coach Hartnett. Michael Spatafor will check in, as will Brogan Orcutt, the sophomore. Spatafor, the senior defender from New Jersey, a grad of Vineland High School.
Looks like they'll call a pushing there. That'll be another 30-second man advantage.
This one all but over for the Tomcats, but nonetheless still trying valiantly to put as many goals up on the board as they can. Here's a shot, a nice save by the freshman goalie.
You know, David, it's been a pretty great sight today. You know, seeing the Cardinals, excuse me, offensively have been playing well, but it's also, I don't know, it's a pretty nice atmosphere today. The trees, you got the flowers on the trees and stuff. Excuse me, but it's just been a great atmosphere.
That one goes out of bounds for the Cardinals there. 6:49 left to go here. Rolls off towards midfield here. Bach fighting for it down low at the midfield mark. Can't come up with it. And the Zebras will blow it dead, and they'll roll in favor. We see more substitutions into the game for the Cardinals. Christian White, the junior defender, comes in. Here comes Papa shooting for it. hits off the crossbar there. You mentioned Papa has 2 of the 3 goals that the Tomcats excuse me, have been able to put up on the board.
Nice job by Thiel. Looks like that was Alex Castile with his second tally in this one.
So they're able to put another dent up in the scoreboard. 5:35 remaining. It's all but over here at Memorial Stadium. They'll return back to midfield to go to the face-off yet again, where Otterbein has been extremely successful on the day, winning 15 of 22. The officials now are going to...
It looks like we got some fans on the field just trying to get out of the way.
Not okay with that, as the officials will shoo away 3 fans down there who are trying to get a better viewpoint of the game.
That one gentleman there is quite the vibrant
I'm not sure what he's
yellow
wearing
shirt there, but I can see that could be a bit distracting when you're trying to take a shot.
With 5.5 minutes to go here at Memorial Stadium. We haven't had the best of luck, myself and Mr. Reinhardt, with getting the most exciting of lacrosse games this year.
Well, if you're a Cardinal fan, David, this is what you want to see here these past few games. Looking at 5 straight victories on the season and finish up strong.
So for the Cards, they will advance to 10-4 on the season. As we said, looking at their remaining games they have in this year. Next time they'll take to the field will be Tuesday, April 23rd, a night game here at Memorial Stadium against Wilmington. Senior night will be Saturday the 27th against La Roche, another Pennsylvania school. That'll be the final game of the year here in Westerville. And on Wednesday, May the 1st, they'll close out the campaign against Oberlin in Oberlin, Ohio. So the Cards, with 3 games left, a chance to get to 13 wins on the season. Their winning streak will advance to 5. Series of odd events there, and the ball remains in possession of the Tomcats. It's Carmen Papa with it, looking to shoot, and he finally finds the net. That'll be the 5th goal of the game for the Tomcats for Carmen Papa, his 3rd of the contest. A little consolation for him. Able to come up with it, the junior midfielder. Able to come up with his 3rd goal of the game for his Tomcats. 3 minutes, 47 seconds remaining before this one is all but over officially. But in the minds of the Cardinals and the Tomcats, this one's been over since about the 1st quarter when Otterbein jumped out to a commanding lead. Otterbein scored 5 of their goals in the 1st quarter, 7 in the 2nd, 3 in the 3rd, and so far in the 4th quarter have 3. Thiel has put up 3, as there's a penalty flag on the field. Thiel has put up 3 goals in the 4th quarter. They tallied 1 in the 1st and 2nd. Just 3 minutes and 21 seconds remaining.
Cardinals are looking for their 60th shot. They sit at 59 right now, compared to Thiel with just 20. Thiel's hadn't made 21 saves. Credit to Ryan Weldon. Cardinals have had 7. I believe 5 of those went to Hatchard, and the last 2.
update from Fishball Field. Otterbein is up 11-2 over the Muskies in the OAC contest now. So both the Cardinal teams in action today, doing very well. Freshman Dylan Holmes is responsible for the 2 runs scored since the last time we checked in with the Cardinals. David Seidrus still on the hill. He's pitched 6 strong.
You know, after you're done watching this live broadcast, slip up in your radio dial and you can tune in the next contest. I believe it's a doubleheader there.
It is indeed. The second pitch is slated at 4 o'clock for the second leg of the doubleheader with Muskingum.
You can turn your dial to 97.5 WOBN, the wild card, for all the coverage. Nice to see that Hatchard is keeping strong there. Or excuse me, that's not Hatchard anymore. That's Eckert making some great saves here.
Yeah, the freshman, ever since he came in midway in the third quarter, has done a tremendous job here. He's allowed a few goals, but playing against varsity competition, something he hasn't seen a lot of this year, he's done a tremendous job. And as soon as we give him credit, he allows another goal for the Tomcats, who are able to put their 6th goal of the game.
I think that was on
the board.
Timothy O'Shea.
It will indeed go to O'Shea for on the year. That'll be his 33rd goal scored. He leads the team in that category, his 44th point, which now puts him ahead of Carmen Papa in that category. Tomcats looking to score another one. That one deflected away by the goalie.
Looks like with the 18 goals in this one, David, this will remain as their second highest
unfortunately
total in the season. They won't reach that mark of 24 like they had earlier in the season.
I think Coach Harnett will settle for 18 goals in this one. 1:10 left to play before this one finally comes to an end for Thiel. That turnover there as he steps on the end line.
You know, turnovers have still been a big part of this game. We've seen a lot of offense, but combined right now, let's see if I do my math here right, 45 turnovers combined. So just a lot of sloppy play, like you said, a lot of physical play in this 18-6 pretty much shutout here.
So the official will throw a penalty flag with 40 seconds remaining here.
For the Cardinals, they came in 2-2 at home here at Memorial Stadium, so it'd be nice to get their 3rd victory.
2 more contests remaining for the Cardinals here as we have a timeout on the field. Taking a look at some of the final statistics, or at least they will be in 25 seconds. Otterbein 1 shot away from getting to that plateau of 60 compared to 24 for Thiel. Otterbein also had 21 turnovers compared to the 26 for the Tomcats. Willis has it now. Just 6 seconds remaining in this one before it's over. There's a shot, trying to get one in before it finally ends. There's another one, and they will get that one in. I believe that will count as a goal. It will indeed. The official is raising his arms up, just rubbing it in there as Connor Box able to put that one in there as time is expiring. And this game comes to an end at Memorial Stadium. Otterbein able to get a final goal as the final ticks come off the clock. It will go down in the record books as a 19-6 victory for the Cardinals against the Tomcats of Thiel here at Memorial Stadium, Aaron. And other than being all Cardinals from the beginning to end, what'd you notice?
Yeah, just a lot of offense today, David. We've seen two great offensive games from our game from Whittier last week, and today 18-6. That's what you want to see with the Cardinals continuing their win streak to 5 games now. Of course, Thiel falling. They came in winning 4 straight as well. That ends their streak today. But overall, happy as a Cardinal fan. Cardinals have 3 games remaining, like you said, on the season. They got Wilmington, LaRoche, and Oberlin. The first 2 of those will be at home, and it's going to be exciting to see them down the stretch here.
Yeah, on the year, the Thiel Tomcats fall to 6-5, and the Otterbein Cardinals advance to 10-4. As we said, that is now their school record for most victories in a season, surpassing last year's mark of 9. Taking a look at the final statistics individually, Graham Shippey came away with 2 goals and an assist for the Cardinals. Jeff Reese had an assist. Mikey O'Neill had 2 goals, 4 assists. Mike Dadalow had 3 goals. Andrew Donatelli kept on his scoring ways with his 44th goal of the season. He had 4 total. And Kujawowski had an assist, as did Derek Hahn, 1 assist to his credit. And overall, Otterbein, as we mentioned, came away 19-6 in the victory. They had 61 shots on goal. As we mentioned, were able to sneak in 1 as the buzzer was going off compared to 24 for Thiel. And for turnovers, Thiel had 26 compared to just 21 for the Cardinals. So that will do it for our OTV broadcast, our last one of the year of Lacrosse from Memorial Stadium. We'd like to thank everyone who helped out with this production. We have Faith, who was a camera operator, and Dr. Demas also for standing in, and our producer and jokester standing behind us, who always has a witty comment, Mr. Harrison Ralph. Sitting to the right of me, Mr. Aaron Reinhardt. We'd like to thank everyone for joining us in this broadcast of OTV. The final score here from Memorial Stadium, Otterbein victorious 19-6 over Thiel. We'd like to thank you for watching. I'm David Kinder, and stay tuned next week when we have baseball doubleheader on Saturday against Capital. Thank you for tuning in.